Girls, welcome. You are tuned in to the lovely Big Mike. I'm your humble host, Big Mike, coming to you from my home. Welcome. Hope everyone's good out there. Hope everyone's enjoying the holiday season and everything. Um, Hope everyone's got their Christmas gifts and all that stuff. So, I'm doing this beautiful vlog. I actually did this vlog last week, y'all. So if you did watch it last week, I'm sorry. I'm redoing it because I actually had a chance to rewatch it again and I didn't really like the quality of it. And I believe in trying to give you guys good quality stuff. So there was some stuff I kind of misspoke about and there's other stuff I missed. So, and I wanted to add. So I figured, what the hell, there wasn't too much people watching it or watched it. So I figured I would just redo it. So this beautiful vlog I'm doing today for you lovely people is on my top 5 sneaker purchases of 2018. Okay. I'm trying to make this a yearly thing where I do my sneaker purchases of every year. Last year I did my sneaker purchases of 2016 and 2017 because I wanted to combine my top 10. I was going to do a top 5, but obviously because it was 2 years, I combined it to make it a top 10. Um, so now this year I'm caught up. So now I'm just doing my 5 purchases of this year because I've only purchased 5 shoes this year and seeing which of them I'm probably not planning on buying any. I'm not actually not planning on buying any more shoes this year. I figure I can do a vlog for you lovely people. So you can rate my vlog and let me know what you think. So actually before I do, I was just want to say this. I actually was watching my older sneaker vlogs. Feel free to watch those ones. You'll see my shoe evolution. I would say from 3 years ago, my shoe evolution has grown and it's gotten better in terms of my sneaker purchases and such. So now, like, I think my sneaker game is a little bit better. I feel like this year my sneaker collection is really solidified as opposed to in years past. And based off the collection, the stuff that I got this year, you'll see why I say that. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, number 5 on my list of top 5 sneaker purchases of 2018 is these ones. Okay, these beautiful pieces of footwear. So these are the Jordan 13 He Got Game edition, black toe edition, whichever one you want to call them. So these are number 5, like I said. I got these actually. These came out in August, early August. I remember this because they came out the first weekend in August because the following weekend me and my girlfriend were in Chicago. So I remember that. They were supposed to come out the end of August, but then they changed the date on me, so I had to rejig my budget and all that stuff, which was hard. But I got these lovely shoes. So these shoes originally came out in 1998. They were inspired by a Black Panther, in case you were wondering. I have other 13s I showed you in last year's version. I showed you the 2 other 13s that I got, which were the Chicago 13s and the Bread 13s. And I'll show you the Chicago 13s in a bit just to kind of compare and contrast these ones with those. But yeah, so basically, if you can see, you see like right here at the midsole, it's kind of like a paw print almost. And then you see the kind of the foot kind of, they try to symbolize it like, or make it into like a cat almost foot. And then you see the reflective eye right here, or the reflective circle right here. That's supposed to be a cat's eye. So that's kind of the motivation behind that. And these are just a great shoe. Really, really like these shoes. There wasn't a lot of hype for these shoes actually. They did sit on shelves for a few weeks, I would say, probably about a good 3 weeks before they actually finally sold all their pairs. But these were a good shoe. I really, really like these shoes. I always liked these shoes growing up. These were one of my favorite 13s out of all the 13s. Actually, I like them over the Chicago 13s, which I will show you. So just so you can see the difference between the two. They're similar, but there's some slight differences. So these are the Chicago 13s. These are the He Got Games. So as you can see, basically the biggest difference is there's red right here, there's black here, and then you can see it. I don't need to show you. So, I never really liked these ones. I hated these ones, but I really like these ones. So I had to get this pair when they came out. Again, if you want a pair, I would probably suggest maybe a Flight Club. Probably have a pair of these. Also, Stadium Goods would have a pair of these as well. So if you're really looking to grab a pair, definitely a good casual Jordan to wear as well. If you're kind of looking for a Jordan that's kind of a high cut or a mid cut shoe and looking for something to kind of throw on with whatever, these are probably one of the better shoes to wear. You can wear them with skinny jeans if you're into that. You wear them with baggy jeans, wear them with khakis, army pants. These are really, really, and they're really good. These are really comfortable as well. I really like these shoes. So number 5 on my list, He Got Game, Jordan Edition 13 Black Toe, whatever you want to call them. These are number 5 on my list. So now we're into number 4. And number 4, I got, this is legendary, these shoes, okay? So bear with me. These are very legendary. So these, number 4 on my list, the Jordan 14 Last Shot Edition, or Bread 14 if you want to get technical. But these are called the Last Shots. There's a reason why they're called that for those of you who do not know, okay? And I speak for sneakerheads, you probably already know, but for people who are not into sneakers, don't care about sneakers, but happen to stumble upon this blog, I'll explain to you why they called these the Last Shots, and I'll explain the other ones in a bit too. So actually, just before I do, so these are why these are called the He Got Game edition, is because if you remember the He Got Game movie with Ray Allen and Denzel Washington, and Ray Allen wore these bad boys in the movie. So just in case you were wondering. Now for these, the reason why these are called the Last Shots is because of the fact that these were the Jordans that Michael Jordan wore when he made his last and final shot with the Chicago Bulls in the NBA Finals in 1998 against the Utah Jazz. Okay, he scored 45 points in that game, which I did not know, which was more than half of the Bulls' points, and he nailed that beautiful jumper over Byron Russell, and he probably pushed off, but who cares? It was 20 years ago. Get over it, people. So these came out this year. These came out, I believe, in June. They came out on the 14th because that was 20 years from when the last shot happened. So to celebrate, they brought these back, which happened to be on a Thursday, which was kind of sucked for me because I had to take off work that day to get these shoes because I wasn't sure if they were going to sell out or not. So and I wanted to make sure I grab my pair. So yeah, I ended up getting these. They're dope as fuck. I love these shoes. These are very comfortable. They got the tumble leather right here. A little bit of suede, or a little nubuck actually. This isn't really suede. The little nubuck here. These shoes actually were inspired by a Ferrari. So if you're wondering kind of the inspiration behind these shoes, so as you can see right here, the Jordan logo kind of symbolizes the Ferrari. They have the little, you know how the Ferrari has or is it Lamborghini? It's one of the two. And you see like the Lamborghini or Ferrari car has like these kind of things. That's kind of what it is. And then they have this, which part is it? Oh yeah, this part here symbolizes the exhaust. Also, a clever thing that I didn't know is actually there's 7 these Jordans. If you combine this one and the other pair, has a total of 14 Jumpman Jordan logos on them. So if you want to count with me, I'll show you. So there's number 1 right here. There's 2 right here. Each of the lace locks here have a Jumpman logo, so that's 4. There's 5. There's 6 at the bottom, and lastly there is 7. So there's 7. So there's a total of 14. So I thought that was kind of cool that they did it that way. These are probably one of my favorite Jordans actually, because these came out in '98 as well. Didn't get them when I was living in Maryland at the time, and everyone had these Jordans. All my friends had them. All these girls had them and they looked good, and I was just like, damn, I missed out. So and I missed out when they re-retroed them. I believe it was in 2011 as well. So had to get a pair of these. Had to. And they're really, really, the one thing I thought I was surprised about too is they're very, very comfortable actually on their feet. They don't really hurt. I thought like the design and all that, what they would hurt my feet. These are actually very comfortable to walk in. So if you're looking for a nice Jordan, like all black Jordan with a little bit of red on it, these are definitely the ones to get. So these are number 4 on my list. The Jordan 14 Last Shot, or Bread, or whatever you want to call them. Ferrari edition. You can call them Ferrari, whatever you want. These are number 14 on my list. So number 3 on my list, okay, these are actually a special pair. Okay. Most of my Jordans, most of my shoes are Jordans, yes. But these ones actually aren't Jordans. These are Nikes. These were a gift, actually, by my lovely girlfriend. So I will show you these lovely pairs. So this one is an Air Force One, obviously, low. I call these the Relationship Edition Air Force Ones. Yeah, so these ones my girlfriend made for me. So these are number 3 on my list. There's other reasons. Don't worry. The number 2 and 1 are hot. So don't be like, oh my God, Michael, I can't believe you wouldn't have these number 1. These are dope. But the other 2 have a little bit more of a special meaning to me than these ones. Although these ones are dope too. So I'll explain the story about how I ended up obtaining these lovely shoes. So my girlfriend was out of town. She went on vacation with her family. I believe was in May. So when she came back from London, she went to London or Europe, she had told me she had ordered me a surprise. So I was curious as to what the surprise was. I was like, what the hell did you get for me? So she had me stew and wait for about 6 weeks before I got these bad boys. So I got these around June time, close to the end of June. And basically, we were going to a festival, like a Latin festival. And, I just went over just to, get, chill for a bit, and then we are going to go. But before I went into her room and I saw a Nike ID box. So I can be very slow at times. So I'm thinking she got herself a pair of Nike ID shoes. So I was like, oh, because I had showed her months prior how to navigate Nike ID, and she like had fun. She was just making shoes, and she, so I figured she actually was bold enough to make a shoe for herself. No, she made a shoe for me instead, which was very sweet, and I love it to death, and I love her. So this is what she came up with. As you can see, it's a nice black red colorway, very simple, just like I like it. A nice gray check. I think she got inspiration from my number 2 shoe, which I will show you, but it's still a dope shoe. But the one difference and the one thing I love about these shoes is actually the back. As you can see, it's a green check mark with the letters M and K for Michael and my girlfriend's name, which is Christina, and then 5/20, which is May 20th, which was the first day we started officially talking. And we count that more as our anniversary, not when we first started dating. We more count the day we met. So these are beautiful shoes. I really, 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 really love these shoes. I wore them a lot more than I thought I was gonna wear them, because I really just love the shoe. Like the more I wore them, the more I loved them. So I'm really trying not to wear these shoes too much. But I know when summer hits, I'm probably gonna wear these shoes a lot. But these are an amazing shoe. They're really dope. The green actually, she explained to me, it symbolizes something to do with relationships and strength. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but that's the reason why she put the green on there, which I thought was a great touch. And these are dope. So, and I mean, you can Nike ID whatever you want. They have, excuse me, sorry. They always have Air Force Ones on their site. So if you want a Nike ID and Air Force One, you can definitely do that. Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to necessarily make it just like this. I mean, although if this inspires you, then I hope it does, because these actually weren't that expensive either. So if you want to kind of make a shoe of your own, that's your own one of one, then definitely make a Nike ID. And hopefully, this shoe will inspire people to do that, because actually I love Nike ID, and my plan is to do a Nike ID every year, is to make a Nike ID a one of one of me for every year. Like in the shoe I showed you last year, my number 1 shoe, I showed you that one. That was an Air Max. So going forward, I'm going to be doing that. So, but these ones, I love them. Okay? Mwah, mwah, love them. So number 3 on my list, Air Force One Low, Relationship Edition, Bread Edition, whatever you want. These are dope. Love them. Okay. So number 2 on my list. And between number 2 and number 1, I wrestled between them. They were really, I couldn't decide between which one I liked over one or the other, but I finally decided. So these are number 2 on my list. These are the Jordan 3 Black Cement 3. Some people want to call them the breads, but they're not really bread. I mean, you can technically call them breads, but these are the Black Cement 3s. Arguably one of the best shoes ever made. One of my top 5 favorite shoes in my collection. I love these shoes. So I found out these shoes actually were coming out, and that's the mistake I made in my last video. I said I found out in 2015. I actually found out in 2016 these were coming out this year, the end of 2016, because around the time I got the True Blue 3s, which I showed you, they said that these were coming out, and they were also bringing out a version of the white cements that came out this year that I didn't like, because I didn't like how they changed the sole to some weird stupid shit that I didn't like. Because I'm an OG guy. I like OG classic shoes. Give me the shoe that came out when it originally came out and re-retro it. Don't make these weird Fresh Prince grade 3 or grade 5s or whatever the hell. So anyway, that's a story for another day. But these are number 2 on my list. Love these shoes. When I found out they were coming out, had to get them. As you can see, it has the beautiful cement print similar to the True Blue 3s. Love that. The black, it's great, keeps it clean. The Nike Air on the back, like it was originally made in 1988. These originally came out in 1988. I was 4 years old when these came out, and they only came out with four kinds of there was four original pairs. So there was these ones. There's the Black Cement 3, True Blue 3, Fire Red 3, and the White Cement 3. So hopefully the White Cement 3 comes out because I want those. The Fire Red 3 I might get. Not a huge fan of those, but if they do come out, I might get them. But I always really want this shoe. It's probably one of the most casual Jordans you can wear, and that's why I say it's top 5 on my list. You could literally wear this shoe with anything. Wear this with any, like with shorts, with jeans, whatever. It's just a dope shoe. Extremely comfortable. So if you're someone who likes Jordans or always kind of appreciated Jordans, these are probably the most comfortable Jordans you could ever wear. In terms of like walking around long distances. Some Jordans are not the most comfortable to wear at times. Like I would say 8s aren't the most comfortable at times to walk in long distance in. 5s sometimes can be a little bit troublesome. 4s can not be the most comfortable, but 3s are probably the most comfortable to wear. So I would say definitely get a 3 if you're really looking for a comfortable Jordan. The other reason why I got these shoes, actually, is because I actually got my girlfriend a pair. Now, again, me and my girlfriend met last year, and like I said, I had found out that these shoes were coming out in 2016. So what made me decide to buy these shoes for my girlfriend, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. So one day last year, I was on Pinterest, just bored one day, just looking through Pinterest. And I saw a picture, actually, oddly enough, of Kanye West and Amber Rose wearing these shoes walking the street. And I guess paparazzi took a picture of them. So I was looking at the picture and I was looking at her. Because I was actually looking for different outfits to wear with these as well. And I was like, those actually look pretty good on Amber Rose. And I'm thinking, thinking what my girlfriend wears and stuff like that. I was thinking those would look good on my girlfriend. So I actually bought her a pair too. Surprised her, she wasn't expecting it, but she actually really loves the shoe. She wears the shoe a lot. I think the biggest reason why I like the shoe more is because she likes the shoe. And, I was able to buy it for her. Like I was going to buy the shoe regardless and whatever, that's fine. But to buy this shoe for her and for her to like it and enjoy it, I was really, really happy about that. And I think she got inspiration from these, which is a great inspiration. So definitely, I mean, these are probably on, I think, Flight Club still and Stadium Goods if you wanted a pair. They're probably a little bit more pricier now. These sold out really quick. These were hot. Lineup for these for days. But these are classics. These are like, I mean, I think someone jokingly said that these are like the perfect fat man shoe. So if you're a fat person, these are like the perfect shoe because these are very comfortable. So, and I hope to get more 3s in my life, but these are probably my favorite 3s. And I wore these a lot this year. I wore them in Chicago. I wore them all over the city, but Chicago a lot mainly. Went to the Beyonce concert, wore them. DJ Khaled was wearing them. So yeah, like these, I wore these out. And I'm hopefully not going to wear them too much next year, but we'll see what happens. But these are number 2 on my list. Great shoe. Got to get a pair. So we have come to the number 1 favorite shoe. Before I get into any more, just want to say subscribe and follow if you don't already. Because I guess I'm supposed to say that to people. If you don't want to subscribe, it's cool. But if you do want to subscribe, thank you very much. If you want to add me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, just send me a message or a comment and I will send my info to you. Now, without further ado, here is my number 1 shoe of 2018. Okay, so I'm going to speak a little slow now. But this isn't just an ordinary shoe. Okay, so I need to be able to kind of commemorate this in the proper way. So without further ado, just give me a sec here. I'm going to play some theme music first because it's going to get real serious, okay? Dun, 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 dun. I know I'm an ass. Don't mind me. So these are number one. These are number one. My Concords. Concord 11 Jordans. Okay. These are number one on my list. Just give me a sec here. Get this organized. So, all right. So I'm going to speak a little bit slower, a little more calmer. Okay. A little bit more demure. Because these shoes are very serious. Okay. I've wanted these shoes for about 23 years. Okay. 23 years I've wanted these shoes. Okay, I'll explain my journey. Okay, so I'll explain why these shoes are also very significant. So in 1995, I believe these shoes came out in 95 or 96. Not sure exactly on the exact when they came out. I'm going to say 96 these came out. I was in 96. I was in grade 6 at the time. When these came out. I remember Busta Rhymes and Woo-Ha Got Y'all in Check was wearing these shoes. Okay. And when I was in class one day, my good friend, oddly enough, his name was Jordan. He was actually wearing these in class. And I was so in awe of this shoe that I literally stared at his feet for the whole class. I didn't even pay attention to what the French teacher was saying. I was literally staring at these shoes the whole class. That's how serious. These were the first Jordans I remember seeing on someone's feet and going, I want these. But I knew at that time my mother wasn't going to get these. These were like crazy expensive at that time. This is the mid 90s, so these were crazy expensive. No one was, my mom was not buying these shoes, so these were out of my reach. I believe these re-retroed in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. Fortunately, I couldn't get them then. I was in high school, not really making a lot of money like that. Wasn't working, so these eluded me. Plus, I only had like one pair of shoes, which was my Converses, and I wore those bad boys out. These, I believe, re-retroed again in 2006. If I'm mistaken on the dates or numbers, please let me know. I'm just going off of a post I saw on Instagram that showed the different shoes when they released these, when they re-retroed these. So these, I believe, re-retroed again in 2006, 2007. I was living in Guyana at the time, so I obviously couldn't get these. And then they lastly re-retroed these in 2011. And at the time, I was with my ex. I was wearing Adidas's at the time. And I was in school at the time. So these were just, I would not be able to get these because I didn't have the money. Plus, my ex wouldn't have bought these for me because she would have complained about the price point because she complained about other shoes she had bought for me in the past. So these were, even if like, say I wanted these as a Christmas gift, she wouldn't have gotten these for me. So these bad boys, when I found out these were coming out last year, I found out last year these were coming out in this year. I always wanted these shoes. These were one of my favorite Jordans to own. They're not my favorite Jordan of all time. My favorite Jordan of all time is still the Bordeaux 7. And if you're wondering what that one looks like, check out my other videos. But shameless plug. But these ones are definitely one of my favorites. As you could see, people, like, do I really need to say why these are my favorites? Like, look at this. Look at these. Hold on. Let me grab the other pair. I'll show you how serious this is. Okay, this is not a joke, people. Okay, look at these. I want to find someone in the universe who likes sneakers that will honestly tell me that these sneakers are ugly, because I would look them in the face and tell them they're full of shit, because these shoes are effing amazing. I'm trying not to swear too much, but these shoes are dope. Okay, I actually finally tried them on Friday. They look beautiful. They're amazing. I cannot wait to wear these out in public. I'm not wearing them out in public because it's wintertime. And my rule of thumb is when it's wintertime, I do not wear sneakers. I only wear sneakers from May or March or whenever the snow and slush and salt is off the ground, then I wear my sneakers. But these will be getting worn a lot. Actually, little nugget of random information. The rapper The Game actually rates this as his favorite sneaker. He said the Cement 4 is one of his favorites, but these is his favorite sneaker. He would actually buy them off of someone's feet, he said. if if they were in good condition. He loves these shoes, and I love these shoes. These are like one of my favorite shoes. Now I'll show you actually the Space Jam 11s that I have because I showed you those as well. Look at these. Look at these 11s. Look at how beautiful these are. Like 11s are really dope on feet. And like I said, if you want to just see two of them, boom. Yeah. So as you can see, the one thing with 11s that I like is the patent leather, obviously. When Jordan, like I said in the other earlier video, when Michael Jordan was making the shoe, or when the 11s were about to be created, he said that he wanted a shoe that he could wear with the suit. So that's where the patent leather came in. And I think that's why people go crazy over the patent leather. That's why people like beat each other up over these shoes and stab each other and all that crazy crap, which isn't necessary, but unfortunately people do that. And then as you can see right here, there's like Greek writing actually. I think that's supposed to say Jordan, I think. But I thought that was interesting too. So, um, yeah. So these are number one on my list. Okay, I played Ric Flair for you guys. That's how you know these are serious. Okay. Um, yeah. So these are I don't even know what else to say. I'm gonna hold these shoes while I talk a bit. So I want to thank you, lovely people, for watching this vlog. Let me know what you think. If you like it, if it's too long, if it's too short, you like my collection, you think my top 5 are dope. If you think they're a piece of shit and you rate other shoes higher, let me know. I can take it. I've thick skin. I'm not sensitive like everyone else out there. And yeah, and I want to, like I said, so thank you for watching. Next, stay tuned next year because I will be doing this next year with some more releases. So if you guys are into sneakers and you know what's coming out, you know what I'm more than likely gonna get. So you know what I'm more than likely gonna show y'all next year. So stay tuned, be ready. Um, so I'm gonna sign off right now, and I'm gonna hold these shoes while I do so. But thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. Love you all. Have a safe and happy holidays or Merry Christmas. I don't guess I'm allowed to say that. And Happy New Year as well. Okay? Take care. Love y'all. And I love these shoes. Bye.